Have you ever met someone whose life is so organized it looks like a spreadsheet? That was Zainab Adeyemi. Her life in Lagos was perfectly arranged. Color-coded calendars, labeled folders, and a planner that was basically her holy book. As a graphic designer, she built her career step by step patiently. For Zainab, risk was for people playing sports, betting, or doing crazy stunts on the internet. Then there was her friend Kunle Oho. Kunle was chaos with a charming smile. The kind of guy who could wake up, decide he's tired of a city, and be gone by evening. Today he's on a motorcycle. Tomorrow he has a new business idea. Next week he's relocating. And somehow he always landed on his feet. One rainy afternoon, they were at their usual spot in Yaba. The music was too loud, as always. Kunle leaned in dramatically and said, "Zainab, you plan too much. You calculate everything. You're not living. You need to leap." Zainab was taken aback. "Leap?" she asked. "Yes, leap. Follow your gut. Forget the plan. Just jump." Zainab let out a small laugh. "Kunle, that sounds incredibly reckless." Kunle just shrugged. "And that's why you'll never be great." That sentence stuck in Zainab's mind. For days, she stared at her neat desk, her predictable routine, her safe salary, and felt trapped. She was trapped inside the very life she had so carefully built. So, one Monday morning, she did the unthinkable. She resigned. No backup plan, no second thoughts. She sold her small apartment in Surulere and poured all her savings into an online startup. A company that promised to change creativity forever with AI art. She didn't research the founders. She didn't read the fine print. She just jumped. The first week was a dream. The office was sleek and modern, with motivational quotes plastered on every wall. The founders spoke with impressive speed about innovation and global impact. Zainab felt like a pioneer. She had finally become bold. Then came week 2. The revolutionary product was just a basic website with a single sentence. "Innovation starts here." That was it. The founders started disappearing. Investor calls went unanswered. Every meeting was just a storm of big words with zero substance. And her savings, they started to vanish. One evening, Zainab sat alone in the empty office, eating dry biscuits and staring at the wall as if it owed her an explanation. She finally called Kunle. "This is a disaster," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "I followed your advice and now I've lost everything." Kunle's voice on the other end was surprisingly cheerful. "Ah, sorry about that, but leaping is good. Maybe you leaped a bit too hard." Zainab was silent for a moment. "So your advice was incomplete." Kunle laughed awkwardly. "Well, your brain was supposed to follow your gut, at least a little bit." Zainab ended the call. Weeks later, she found herself back in her old neighborhood, renting a tiny room with peeling paint and a floor that creaked with every step. She started from scratch, rebuilding her portfolio, hunting for jobs, and dusting off her old planner. And in the midst of her frustration, a powerful lesson clicked. Advice is not a map. It's just a suggestion. If you follow it blindly, you can walk confidently into a disaster. Months passed. Zainab eventually landed a job at a small, stable design studio. Nothing flashy, but it was real. She still met up with Kunle, but now she always came prepared with a notebook and a list of questions. Kunle noticed the change. Now, whenever he was about to give advice, he'd add a little disclaimer with a grin. Use at your own risk. Zainab would just smile, open her planner, and write down a new motto in bold letters: Leap wisely. She had learned the hard way that boldness is a wonderful thing, but common sense is even better. What do you think? Have you ever taken a leap based on someone's advice? Let me know your story in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.